Wouldn't you know it's week 8 and it's going to be great, and there's nothing better than NFL Sunday. And This is the Pick'em Show with the Role Players Podcast.
Pick'em.
I'm your host, Byron, along with Philosophical J. Melvin is in the house.
I'm winning this sheet.
And none other than Mr. 995 South.
Zooming in the zoom in the boom.
Y'all know you can catch this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and even Spreaker, right? So go ahead, hit the play button, because you already have, but tell a friend to hit that play button. And share this thing, because we're picking them tonight.
Yeah.
We're going to get right into this thing, and we're going to get our key matchups for tonight. Starting off with an unlikely matchup going into the season that would have been an easy win for one team and maybe a measuring stick for the other team. But we're talking about the New Orleans Saints and the Arizona Cardinals, respectively. The Cardinals, hey guys, they're not as bad as we thought they were going to be. Kyler Murray is having that jittery football madness going on, but he's getting it done, man. He's getting it done. That's remarkable to me. But what's even more remarkable is a guy named Drew Brees went down, 4 or 5 weeks ago? 5 weeks ago. And we all counted him out. We said, wow, that is going to be a detrimental blow to your football team. And then here comes Teddy Bridgewater, and the guy hasn't lost one game. He hasn't lost one game, man. He's been phenomenal. Teddy Bridgewater has earned himself an off season. That's what he's done.
I don't think he's earned an off season.
Are you kidding me?
I think he has earned a deadline move, trade deadline move.
Are you kidding me?
Absolutely.
They're not moving.
Chicago, if you're listening.
I said the same thing.
Chicago.
If this guy, now before we get into this,
that defense is too good.
If this guy could land in Chicago, now I said this week too. That's why I know we be on the same page, guys. You guys are just as great as I am. But this guy, Teddy Bridgewater, if he goes to Chicago, bruh, it changes life in Chicago. Now Tariq Cohen has a purpose.
Yeah, that'll make up for that bad pick.
Montgomery has a purpose. Allen Robinson, this guy is actually getting good numbers with a bad quarterback. Sounds familiar for Allen Robinson, but yeah, he's getting good numbers.
This was much worse.
Actually, I do think he's worse than Blake Bortles, but still, he's getting good numbers. But you know what, guys? It's not happening because the Chicago Bears decided to trade up for Trubisky, and they decided to trade for Khalil Mack. What stock do they have to trade to get a Teddy Bridgewater?
They're gonna have to trade. They're gonna have to trade a positional player. So maybe somebody on that defense, or
that defense is loaded.
Somebody, maybe Robinson is a trade piece. I don't know, man. But you
can't bring in Teddy and get rid of Robinson.
Man, I don't know. Something has to be done because this defense.
Maybe Trey Burton.
Maybe
Trey Burton in a late pick.
I don't know if Chicago will give up Burton though.
But this defense, man. You can't throw the tank on this team, man. Because let me tell you something.
You cannot.
Defenses are monumental, and I know we're a little bit off task right now, but you have.
But this is a good conversation.
No, you have Baltimore, who didn't have an offense, Tampa, who didn't have an offense, Denver, who didn't have an offense. These guys won Super Bowls. So right now, that defense, what's the old saying we say? It's gonna fade away.
It will.
It'll fade away.
It'll fade away, and that offense is going to start taking precedence, and then it'll be on the uptick. But then that defense will be gone, and then there'll be a very mediocre team. But hey.
But I just don't understand how he has regressed like season after season after season. I mean, first off, I'm just trying to figure out what Chicago saw in Trubisky that they saw he had more upside than Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. I just want to know what happened.
He had a hell of a year that year.
He had a hell of a year, and he had a good combine.
But that was his only year starting at quarterback.
Jacksonville has bought into some flyer material one too many times ourselves, my friend, because we bought into Blake Bortles, but
he was a 2-year starter.
Before we bought into Blake Bortles, we bought into a Trubisky too. Jay, who did we buy into?
Talking about Dave Garrard.
Blaine Gabbert.
Blaine
Gabbert was like a 2 or 3 year starter.
Blaine Gabbert had been bouncing kind of sort of though, man.
Yeah.
He hadn't been a legit starter, and he was in one of those
Missouri's offense was shotgun. It was
Blaine
a shotgun
Gabbert
offense. It wasn't a pro style offense.
Blaine Gabbert was way down in the draft board,
He had
and
a hell
then
of a
he
combine.
rose up because he had a good combine. The guy has football knowledge. Let's give him that. But we all know Sam Darnold is not the only one that sees ghosts in the pocket.
Oh no, I said Trubisky.
Blaine Gabbert.
I said Trubisky last
did
year.
I
him
don't know if
dirty,
we're doing
man.
Null Buddy, but that is,
They did him dirty. We're going to talk about that.
That is a classic Null Buddy right there.
We're going to talk about that before we leave this show. But let's get back on task.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It isn't about Chicago because they're facing the Chargers and they're going to have a bye week and they might even beat the Chargers. But hey, who knows? I shouldn't say they're going to have a bye
All right,
week.
let's get back to it. Arizona and New Orleans.
Arizona, New Orleans, man. A lot of talk about Teddy B. We just had a lot of talk about Teddy B. Guys, who you got in this game?
Dang, has he played that good now that we giving him a nickname, Teddy B?
Hey, Teddy B.
You know you got to earn them nicknames in the NFL.
Well, I mean, it ain't really a nickname. It's just a hyphenated thing. But, I don't know. He's on his way. He's trending upward. Who you got, Melvin? Since you're the new guy here.
This is New Orleans. They're going to the Bayou. I mean, New Orleans still has a pretty good defense, man. I mean, let's not
showing up.
Let's not discredit their defense.
It's showing up.
All on the offense, but I think the little guy is going to have number 94 all up in his face.
Yeah.
I like what I see out of Arizona. I mean,
There's promise there.
Don't mean to, put the pun out there, but you're pulling for the little guy, literally.
You really are pulling for the little guy.
I mean, for what Arizona has been able to do the last 3 weeks and, pull out wins and compete.
It's better than expected.
It's way better than expected. If we were doing the wing watch bet, I probably would have bet on the Cardinals going 0-16.
If we'd have did the wing watch bet this year, I think we all would have been eating wings.
Yeah, but I'd have put it all against the Cardinals. I'd have said, no way. I mean, especially having a coach who had a losing record.
Yeah.
At Texas Tech. So, I mean, I didn't expect it to transition over, but
that's fair.
This is going to be nothing but a whole bunch of who that.
Who that?
Jay, who you got?
Who that? Well, Arizona has a sneaky underrated defense. And they got Peterson.
Lots of promise.
And lots of promise. And Suggs is having a monster year.
He kind of is.
Who would have thunk it? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Arizona is
Suggs.
I can't, for the everything is telling me to pick the Saints. But for the love of me, it's Drew Brees is, if he comes back, it's a
setup game,
It's
right?
a setup game, man. So, just to be on the safe side and because I'm dominating B right now in the picks.
Oh, you dirty rat.
I'm going to take New Orleans.
But here's the thing, though.
But Arizona really has a chance to win this ball game.
Yeah, they do.
No, do you know what it would do for that team? I mean, they've already won with Bridgewater. You think Breeze coming back wouldn't ignite that team that much more and they play that much harder because Breeze is back?
Yeah.
I think Breeze should hold off. Maybe
I think he should hold off another week
after
or so.
the bye week because they have a bye coming up next week.
I think he should wait, but at the same time,
I don't think he's going to play.
I don't know.
I don't know,
think
man.
he's going to play.
I don't know, but
They're trending upward.
To me, it's like, you're playing catch up. You haven't made a trade yet at the deadline. They may need to make a trade at wide receiver or something because Green Bay and San Francisco look pretty good. And if I'm the Saints, I don't want to take a risk hurting Breeze right now more than what's wrong with him.
Well, we're going to take a ride down I-95 South and tell us who you got.
Well, when I think of how good Arizona Cardinals is playing, I think of a phrase that goes, the sleeping giant has awoken or awakened.
All right.
So with that said, going for the Saints.
Yeah, man.
I was about to say,
Don't build that up.
Are we playing tonight?
Don't build that house, man.
So that's
a house built on sand.
key matchup
by Arizona
for the week. But we got a bigger steak on the skillet. And we're going to keep it right here in our backyard, but take a flight out to the West Coast to go to the Bay. And we're talking about the Carolina Panthers facing the San Francisco 49ers. Oh, boy, does this have all the popcorn on it.
Mm-hmm.
We have the young gun, Kyle Allen. He hasn't lost. He hasn't lost his backup. You know, there's been a ton of talk of whether they should move on from Cam, go with Kyle Allen. You know, that defense is ranked, number 2 in the NFL?
Yep.
They are doing big things in Carolina.
Absolutely.
Number 3.
Number 3 now. Number 3. But they're doing big things considering it was all down the drain. But who's doing even bigger things? You got to go with Jimmy G. You got to go with Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G. We
Well,
love
I think
Jimmy G.
before we get into this, I think this is 49ers first test
It
of
is
a
their first
defense,
test.
because I don't think they've gone up against a true defense. Now, Washington, that was just bad weather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
But-
horrible.
That was just bad weather. But I think this is their first real test going up against a real defense.
I think so too. That 49ers offense is sneaky. Now, I'm not I like saying the name Jimmy G, but I am a tough guy when it comes to quarterbacks. Jimmy G, he's not Tom Brady. We know that. But he's playing good enough ball, and he's leading his team. The 49ers have a new toy in place in Emmanuel Sanders. They have a lot of quickness and a lot of speed on that offense. Breeder's fast. They have a backfield for days, man. It doesn't even matter who's coming out of that backfield. They can run. But that number 3 defense for Carolina has been doing great. Brian Burns has been playing the run excellently.
Yep.
He's been playing the pass excellently. I mean, he's a Rookie of the Year candidate, but that not so fast because we do have a Bosa on the field. Testarossa Bosa is Speed D. Gonzalez.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that, because that defensive front,
For the 49ers, man.
all first-round picks.
It's monstrous.
I think the latest pick on that defensive front was like pick 17, 18,
Monstrous.
somewhere around there. And, man, I mean, we talk about building offensive lines up, but that defensive line, I mean,
Dude.
it's nothing to play with, man.
This game really is, because we know the 49ers defense is going to take care of the Panthers offense. This thing comes down to 49ers offense versus the Panthers defense and the special teams. Sly has been, he's been kicking that ball, and surprisingly, y'all kicker he's been missing.
He's been missing, but we get our Pro Bowl long snapper back. Kyle Nielsen, he'll be back. He was on an 8-game suspension.
That's what I didn't know he was suspended. I knew he was out.
He was suspended for
Man,
8 weeks.
it was
He had a
throwing
PED
everything
suspension.
off, man.
So-
Your boy,
How you the
go.
long snapper on PED, bro?
Oh man,
That's a null
He's a
buddy
Pro
for real.
Bowler though. Dog.
Gotta-
So-
you gotta have that.
so-
you gotta have that forearm.
So look,
I know
Fire
you have to
that
have
ball
that
back there.
form, but like you got one job, brother.
And that's to keep enhancing.
yeah, he's a long snapper. So he's a Pro Bowl. He's a Pro Bowl.
I
long
mean, shoot,
snapper for a reason.
I'm not knocking his position, because shoot,
that's very important.
I'll take a long snapper's salary over
Oh no,
mine.
no, long snapper is very important. He's a Pro
Yeah.
Bowl long
Give me
snapper.
No,
two
I'm
years.
not. No, I'm saying I'm not discrediting the position that he's playing. I'm saying
Yeah.
I would take a long
Yeah.
snapper's salary over mine.
That's why he got PEDs.
All that, yeah, exactly. You think he want to go? You think he want to go sell insurance? You think he want to be Kurt Warner and be bagging grocery? And he be like, I was a top long snapper. If I just didn't want to take the PEDs. No, brother, take the PEDs. Get your check. But your team suffered though, man. Y'all were missing some field goals.
Oh, we missing some
man.
field goals. So if it wasn't for
Jeez.
that defense, it would have been really, really ugly, and he could have really, maybe lost his job
Yeah.
because of that. So to me, you're getting Joe Staley back. You have a healthy, strong running game, and to me, the most important part about the Emmanuel Sanders trade is now you can't triple team George Kittle.
This is true.
So I'm expecting George Kittle to have a huge game. Huge game, because that's where the weakness is in Carolina, is their safeties. So I'm
Right.
expecting him to have a huge game. I'm expecting the running game to do pretty good. But Carolina, to me, I don't think this is a big game because it's kind of not fair to put Kyle Allen up against this defense, man. I mean, we got 98 yards from Baker Mayfield, 78 from Jared Goff. This is totals for the game, and 77 from Case Keenum.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you're doing work.
it's a hard measuring stick for Kyle Allen.
And I think that defense has only given up 10 points in the last
That
3
defense
games.
is
10
legit,
points
man.
in the last 3 games. So I'm interested to see how Kyle Allen does. But here's a nugget for you, Mr. I-95. You listening?
Mm-hmm.
You've been wanting Cam Newton out of town so bad. So if Kyle Allen, he don't have to win the game, but if he plays a good game, bye Cam.
They're not trading Cam.
Oh, he's not traded, but he is done in Carolina.
I think he's done anyway.
I don't think Cam will be traded. Cam has a good relationship with Ron Rivera. Number one. Number two, we need the healthy Cam. When last time we had
You'll never
Cam,
get that back.
You ain't getting that back, man.
last time we had Cam healthy 100%, we went to the Super Bowl and played Dallas. I'm not Dallas, but Denver. You know what I'm saying? So the problem is Cam has been lying about his injuries, been lying about being hurt. I don't know if it was pride or whatever it is, and it's been making the team suffer.
He's banging a gavel
So
over there.
the only reason
He's trying to make a point.
the only reason Kyle Allen is doing so good is
More than
number
what Cam
one,
making.
defense. Number two, he's healthy.
Well,
A healthy quarterback makes a huge difference in the momentum of the team.
And number 3, what is Kyle Allen not doing? He is not turning over that football.
Well, I mean, he's fumbling now.
Yeah,
He's
he is
fumbling.
fumbling.
Well, he hasn't.
That's the jitters,
That's
man.
the norm, man.
That's
what
Willie
I'm saying.
Beeman.
But I'm just saying he hadn't thrown any
Willie
interceptions.
Beeman.
One of the rumors that's floating around.
Yeah.
Now I'm just saying it's a rumor.
Yeah, I heard he may go to Atlanta.
Nah,
Y'all wouldn't trade him.
I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing.
Uh-huh.
I'm hearing that Jacksonville, if Foles was healthy, could move Foles to Chicago, and Cam Newton has expressed interest of playing for Jacksonville. I'm just saying.
None of that's happening.
No.
I'm just
I like-
saying.
I like Minshew. I like Minshew.
Uncle Rico.
Mustachio.
I
Pocket.
like
of-
Minshew, man.
I
They-
used to-
Senor
they get- they-
Mustachio.
I used to throw it over that mountain.
They're giving a Minshew what I've been talking about with Minshew. They've been giving him a
He's
hard-
solid, man.
They've been giving him a hard go at it about his pocket presence.
Of course.
Coming into this week against the Jets. I think the Jets,
He need to show up against the
he
Jets.
has to show up against the Jets
Or
because his
else he-
pocket presence has not
Or is
been.
he going back on the bench? I think he's going back on the bench
Exactly.
anyway.
But the thing is in Washington State, they didn't. I mean, you got a lot of quarterbacks who play in shotgun systems, man.
I think he's going back on the bench. They're going to let Nick Foles play out the season. The off season, they may have a quarterback battle, but that's a long ways away. But this Sunday, we got to choose the Carolina Panthers or the San Francisco
San Fran.
49ers. Well, we knew you wouldn't go against the brand. Melvin.
Jay, you're my brother. I used to be a 49ers fan, die hard, till 95. Can't go against the Cats. I'm going Carolina.
Oh, boy. Zeke.
What's understood doesn't need to be spoken. Go ahead, Byron. What's your pick?
Wow.
I smell putty cat at this table. I smell putty cat at this table.
There's confidence and there's overconfidence, man.
Hey,
I don't know what to say after that.
you got the blue five sticking together, so I guess the brothers Grimm gonna pull this one out, and we going 49ers mining. We gonna go ahead and do it. So
7-0, man.
7-0. He done held up his card on the set. He said 7-0 for a show. So you won't be the only undefeated team because the Cleveland Browns and the New England Patriots have a game this week. And it's been a lot of talk, guys. It's been a lot of talk.
Man, the team that the Patriots been playing, man, they might as well could have went on a high school tournament circuit or something, man.
No,
They ain't been playing nobody.
We got some smoke coming out that mic, man.
He do. He sound like
Patriots got a
Landry.
good defense, though.
He sound like Landry and the Browns, man. You know, they went on record this week, and Landry said, we're going up there to win. And then he kind of retracted. He was like, well, you know, yeah, like that's our job to go up there and win. But man, let's have a quick discussion to build up this game because we all know what we feel about the Patriots. I don't think it's even worth saying. We know they're awesome. They got Mohamed Sanu added to the mix, but
there's this secondary story going on in New England with the whole thing of Tom Brady restructured his contract.
Yeah,
and he's selling his house. His trainer's selling his house.
yeah.
You don't think that's any issue right there?
No. And Tom Brady is probably getting a new house.
Where is he going?
Yeah, where would he be going?
Retire?
No, there's plenty of teams out there.
Yeah, he's been
Out
linked
there for what?
He's been linked to San Francisco, but Tom Brady is not.
No, he's not
linked.
going to San Francisco.
Man, the day, mark my words.
We said that about Joe Montana, did we not? Joe Montana did not finish his career as a
Robert
49er.
Kraft will go and drown
Who
in
they
a
gonna
pool
put
of
in?
cheese. Don't say that.
Who, in New England?
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't say that, rookie.
More than likely, they're going to go with him. What else do they have?
Nah, that's not going to be because they're
That
pushing
ain't a
Tom
story.
Brady out.
The story here is that these guys, like, isn't your job to go into any game saying you're going to win? Is that not your job? Like, who goes into a press conference? Like, even I know we talked last episode about, being on your job and professionalism and stuff. Who goes into their job to say, well, I'm going to work to suck today? Landry said they're going to New England to win. Is that wrong?
No, to me, he didn't guarantee a victory. He just kind of stepped out there and say, we're putting in the work this week and we're going out there to win.
We're going to get a dub.
And Landry really haven't been getting the ball, so I really don't think he really have.
Yeah.
Hold on, time out. I did listen to the episode last week, by the way, and I wish I had been on here because Freddie Kitchens, Mr. Chewing Gum, and yeah,
Mr. Weak Sauce.
I like the fact that Baker said that, targets on the back. I like
Mr.
that.
Weak Sauce.
Yeah, that was a bad play I called on 4th down. All right, yeah, I understand that.
What Freddie do? Freddie
can't motivate this team.
Because Freddie got
And
fingered.
you know what?
Daddy, would you like some sausage?
I don't know what it is, but I think he's already lost his team, man. And
You think he has?
they should have kept Greg Williams, man. They should have gave him the head coaching job.
He ain't want that.
How do you know he didn't want the job?
He ain't want it.
Isn't he the defensive coordinator?
Nah, he's with the Jets now.
He's with the
He ain't
Jets.
with him now.
Okay.
But he was a candidate. But man, that Browns team, they gonna have to get rid of the GM. That's what it is. Even when watching them on Hard Knocks last year, I was like, man, like it's
Baker.
It never fails, man.
How you feel about being the number
It's
one pick,
all
Baker?
about the organization. The GM is I wouldn't
Gonna
say
be the
he's
number one
rogue,
pick,
but
Baker.
he likes rolling the dice, man.
Cleveland Browns. It's all you.
I think this game gonna
Number
be
one pick,
closer
Baker.
than what y'all anticipated, man. I mean, they're
I
coming
think
off.
John
of
Dorsey's a good GM, though.
they're
He
coming.
rolls the dice too much, though, man.
Look at what he did in Kansas City.
Hold on, what game we talking
He
about?
created a problem in Kansas.
He
City,
really
too.
did.
What problem did he create?
Talking about the Patriots, man.
Oh, Patriots in Cleveland. Is that one of our 4 picks?
Yeah, man, where you been, man? You over there getting
man, y'all
you over
know-
there getting FaceTimes
Y'all
and you
know-
vibrating?
Y'all know New England about to spank them.
Man, it's gonna be
What's
a good
the next
game,
matchup?
because we got they coming off of a bye
Well,
week,
we know who you picked.
and they do have Chubb,
Cleveland.
who is probably one of the best running backs. He may be a top 3 running back in the league.
What?
Chubb?
He's not a top 3 running
He's not
back.
top.
They
3.
got rid of their tight end
He's
today,
not
though.
top 3.
Come on, man. Yes, he is. He's probably a top 3, maybe top 5 running back in the league.
Chubb
Yes, Chubb.
is not a top 5 running back in the league.
Name me 4 more better.
Chubbs, baby. Yeah.
I mean, to be real with you,
CMC.
I don't even. We know we got CMC.
That's one.
We
That's
know we
one.
got Kamara.
That's 2.
We know we got Saquon. Can
That's
we say
3.
he's better than Saquon?
That's-
I mean, Saquon's better than him.
That's 3.
For what it's worth, I mean, Leonard Fournette, man.
No.
Okay.
He's not better than Chubb.
Well, he got better numbers this year. Okay, fine. Nope. Because get your boom, 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 boom back. Dalvin Cook.
No,
Hey,
he's just
CMC
Dalvin
that
Cook
list.
is doing it for 7 games. Chubb has been doing it for this 2 years in a row now, man. Come on, man. He's slighting Chubb a little bit.
I don't know. That's he's got a point with Dalvin.
And
Cook, though.
Dalvin Cook's my dude. That's Florida State.
Dalvin Cook is really he's doing a lot of saving in Minnesota. Now, granted, Kirk
Until he
Cousins
gets
did
hurt.
had the one big game, who was that against? The Eagles? Where he threw 4 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Outside of that, Kirk Cousins haven't been doing much.
Cook will get injured.
Dalvin
It's in
Cook,
his DNA.
bruh. Dalvin Cook.
It's
you
not
got
better
5.
than Chubb, man.
He is better than Chubb. But Chubb is up there. We ain't going to debate.
So
we
look,
ain't going to debate.
So look, this is going to be a closer game than anticipated, man.
No.
It's going to be closer.
You said
I'm
top
going.
3,
I'm going to pick New England, but I'm seeing this ain't the Jets, man. I'm seeing 24-21.
Baker is going to see ghosts the same way Sam Darnold did.
They're gonna run the ball, man.
Listen,
Man, that New England defense is
dude,
it's
that
scary.
That New England, that's the thing that scares me the most about New England.
It's
It ain't even
scary,
the offense, man. It's just that defense. That special teams has gotten points for New England.
Man, they made Sam Darnold trick or treat 2 weeks early.
I mean, really,
He saw ghosts.
this is gonna be a massacre, and it's gonna look worse for Cleveland.
Zeke went with the Patriots. Everybody's going Patriots.
So you
I'm going
guys are
Patriots.
not giving Cleveland
No, I
credit
said
for having a
Cleveland.
bye week.
I said Cleveland.
I don't care about
What
them
are they
having a
gonna
bye
do the
week.
game plan for New England? What do they have?
Okay.
Man, they're getting
New England will
thumped.
win, but it'll be
It will
23-21.
not be close, man.
Well, I know what is close, and it's Sunday. But Sunday night football is not as close as Sunday night. Well, Sunday afternoon. It's not Sunday night afternoon. I almost blew that one.
Sunday night afternoon.
But we have the Green Bay Packers going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Pat Mahomes went down last week.
It's not even a discussion, man.
This is
Matt Moore.
This is one of our games.
It's one of our games.
Matt Moore.
Oh, man.
It's one
I'm
of our
sorry,
games
brother.
because we got to talk about we're looking at it from the Kansas City standpoint. Now, they let Pat Mahomes go out and play. Have they officially ruled him out?
He's out.
He's out.
Okay. He should be out. This Kansas City team, man, they're trending down. They're trending down. They're losing their traction.
Well,
in
everybody
the
knows
AFC.
the formula to beat Kansas City, man. Keep the offense off
man.
the field. The defense is atrocious. They can't stop the run.
But will the bad man go into Arrowhead and continue his hot streak? Because he had 6 touchdowns last week. Will he continue the hot streak?
Absolutely.
Brother, Aaron Rodgers is just throwing it to any and everybody. Like, we could line up for Green Bay and probably catch a touchdown pass, dude.
Yeah, when I came into the role play LA, I caught a pass from him.
This was a sexy pick before Mahomes got injured.
It was
would
a
have been
sexy
very
pick.
interesting. But this right here, and I mean, like I said, whenever you count out a team, they always show up. Because who would have thought that the Colts would have beat these guys 2 weeks ago?
Now, this is true.
So,
This is true. And
that's why you
it's
play
on
the game.
list. You know, I might pull a lone wolf. And then I might not. I'm going Green Bay.
I'm going Green Bay.
Green Bay, brother.
Hey, who got the cheese, baby? Who got the cheese?
State Farm. Because it's time for discount double check.
All right.
We're going to go ahead and roll off the rest of our games for the week. And I'm going to start it off, man. I got Seattle over Atlanta. I have the Buffalo Bills over this dry snitching Philadelphia team. I have the Monsters of Midway, Chicago Bears over the Chargers. The Detroit Lions over the Giants. The Tennessee Titans against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tennessee.
That's a tough game because it's
Tennessee.
an ugly game. I'll take Tennessee. They're
That's
home.
the Mariota Bowl
It is the Mariota Bowl.
and
That's
the Winston Bowl.
the Krabby Mary Bowl. The Krabby Mary.
Mary going to be on the sideline.
Mary ain't proud no more. Then we got the LA Rams over the Cincinnati Bengals. Will they ever win? I'm taking my Jaguars over the Jets. Don't let me down. Indianapolis Colts over the Denver Broncos. The Houston Texans over the Raiders. And then, man, talk about a Monday night blunder. The Miami Dolphins at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Got a lot of headline banter here. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers, though. And that rounds off my picks. Zeke, I want to hear from you. I-95.
Yeah, all right. Let me get that thing so I can see. Yeah, appreciate it. All right. So,
Start at the top.
yeah. Give me a second.
Never start from the bottom because we're here.
All right, here we go. All right, Minnesota over the Redskins. Seattle over Atlanta. Buffalo over Philly. Chargers over Chi-Town. Detroit over the Giants. Tennessee over Tampa Bay. LA Rams over Cincinnati. Jacksonville over Jets. Indy over Denver. Houston over Oakland. And Pittsburgh is finally going to get a win against
You missed one.
Miami. Who I miss?
Hell nah over Buddy.
Hey, wait. Why are you picking Minnesota over Washington?
Because, man, Washington sucks right now.
So, when is that game being played?
Oh, shit. Well, was I right? The Minnesota win?
You're getting pulled over on I-95.
They won, though, right?
Yeah, they won.
Hey, well, look at that. Look at that.
What are you saying?
And the officer is going to say, hell nah over Buddy.
Have you ever played bingo?
Yeah.
They give you the middle piece for free, man. You get the middle one for free.
Oh, gosh.
Buy 6 slots, you get the middle
Hey,
one.
man, look, it's been a long week, man.
Go on
It
ahead.
has been a long week, man.
You ain't lying, boy. All right, Mel, what you got?
All right, so this is really going to be the homer week. A lot of home teams are going to win, but I got a few road warriors. I got Seattle over Atlanta. That's obvious. Buffalo, Antonio Dollar Bill. This is for you, brother. Bills over the Eagles. Chargers, I don't understand what you are anymore. Chicago over the Chargers. Detroit's actually looked pretty good. They've been competing in every game. Giants, like to see you win, but Detroit's going to win this one. Tennessee over Tampa Bay. They need a quarterback. Rams over the winless Bengals. That's pretty bad.
Boy, they horrible.
Gosh, who they are not.
Who they won't be.
Who they will never be. Let's see here.
Murder.
Jets. I'm sorry. Duval till I die.
Duval.
Get us back to 500.
Need that.
Colts. As much as I like to see y'all lose so we can get back in this race for the division. Colts over the Broncos. Actually, I have the Raiders over the Texans. Raiders have actually been playing pretty good football, man.
Hey, man. Guess what? I made that mistake last week, too.
Oh, you said Oakland. I wouldn't have said Oakland over the Packers. I wouldn't have said that.
I made that mistake, too.
And Miami, you're going to continue the winless purgatory. Pittsburgh's going to win. This is my thing real quick before you make your picks.
Man, it's horrible.
We have the Bengals who haven't won, who I guess they're going to move on from Andy Dalton.
Yes.
And Miami, who's going to make
They
sure
don't
they
have
stay
anything.
in front of Cincinnati with not winning. What quarterback are they tanking their season for?
Well,
Which quarterback in college football would you tank your season for?
Oh, you got a couple out there.
There's a few. You got Herbert. You got Tua. You got what's his name? Burrow?
Yeah, Joe Burrow. Yes.
Yeah. Smokey Joe. You know? Who have I missed?
So what if Oklahoma coach? What if Oklahoma's coach comes with a package deal with the quarterback?
Sexy.
Jalen has been playing pretty good, man.
Buyer beware.
You're saying buyer beware. You think
Buyer beware.
Why are we saying that now?
Well, I mean,
it's because of how Baker's looking in the NFL
for
now?
what it's worth, man. You got Baker. You got Kyler Murray. I mean, I don't know, man. I haven't been sold on those guys being franchise quarterbacks. I was not sold on Jalen Hurts being an NFL quarterback.
But Lincoln Riley is the sexy name out of the college.
He is.
And Chip Kelly is surfacing as well.
That's not sexy.
Why? But I don't know.
That's not sexy. That's like
So do you think, let's just say hypothetical, Dallas
a tub of biscuits busting.
fires Garrett, get Lincoln Riley. Do you think Lincoln Riley can do the same thing for Dak Prescott that he's done for Jalen Hurts? Turn him into this
I'm not buying
quarterback.
I'm not buying without caution, meaning that's not saying I won't buy at all, but I'm not buying for the top pick, my friend. I just can't do it. This year isn't a draft where it's Kyler Murray and then Haskins and Daniel Jones.
Haskins is terrible.
You know, really, let's be real, man. Has any of those top picks looked good at quarterback? Because Daniel Jones, I think he can be good, but it has not looked well.
Number one game. Kyler Murray still hasn't been sacked.
And who have I missed? It was another quarterback in that.
Well, you had Jake Fromm, but he hadn't looked good.
No. I'm talking about in the draft this past year. You got your boy out in Denver. He just hasn't. He hasn't had a shot.
Yeah, but right now he's on IR, so I don't know
because he's trash.
Yeah, they put him on IR because he wasn't producing in the preseason.
It just was not looking good for him.
So speaking of things looking bad, I'm gonna keep the trending going, and I think I'm 5-0 right now. So I'm gonna be 6-0. I'm taking Seattle over Atlanta because they have no future. Philadelphia, we're going to Buffalo and give them a reality check. I'm taking Philly. I'm taking Chicago over Chargers. I'm taking Detroit over the Giants. I'm taking Tennessee over Tampa. The Rose Bowl look different now, don't it?
Tennessee.
Man.
That game.
Both of those guys are out. Both of those guys are out.
Rams over Cincinnati. We talked about New Orleans earlier. I'm taking the Jets over the Jags.
Whoa.
Indianapolis over Denver. Houston over Oakland. And
you going to give them their first win.
Yeah, because I'm tired of, man, let me tell you something.
I knew he was. Yeah. If it was any pick I knew he was going to do, it was Miami.
Let me tell you something, man. Pittsburgh fans they must be delusional.
They really are, though.
Because they think they still have a chance.
Now, let's be real about that. Because this is a turd bowl.
That's a turd bowl for Monday.
This is a turd bowl, man.
So when I tell them, you know, it should be a pretty good draft from wide receiver, running backs, you have your pick. They tell me, oh, no, we're still in it. And I'm like,
who's Pittsburgh? They got one against the Chargers. Who was their other win?
Dude, I can't even remember.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, it was Cincinnati.
It was Cincinnati.
They whooped Cincinnati.
Both of them were 0-3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got off the slide.
They haven't beaten anybody, man.
Nah.
Oh, man, Pittsburgh is done.
I'm telling you, if there's a game that Miami can win, it's Monday night.
Listen,
I think Pittsburgh may get that win against them.
You know what?
Should.
But let me tell you something, man. To somebody who done had a slew of stars come through, they don't come through all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So they're talking like,
because they on
we Pittsburgh, we had AB and Bell. Man, it's done.
Tense.
It's done.
Yeah,
man.
they live in the past, man. You know, it's a few Steelers fans that's out here, and you know they hold on to this. Well, we got the 6 bowls first.
Oh my God.
You know, they say, well, you know, we've done this the past few years. Hey, man, what have you done in 2019?
Pittsburgh fans have become more obnoxious than Dallas fans.
They're close.
And I was talking to some Pittsburgh fans.
They're close.
They're close.
They ain't beat them out yet.
No, they ain't beat them out.
I don't know, man,
close.
because they're delusional. I was talking to some Pittsburgh fans after practice.
Yeah, at least Dallas fans, when they know they sorry, they know they sorry. And they just won't talk.
That's facts.
Pittsburgh fans, they do think, they like, well, you know, it's not that bad. I think we still got to, because I talked to a Pittsburgh fan. He was like, well, you know, I think Mason Rudolph can get it. He got knocked back to the 50s. No, he ain't playing.
He's playing.
Well, he playing. But I mean, man, come on.
They don't have any. The cupboard is bare, man. The cupboard is bare.
I know they hate
in that offensive room.
We got 6 rings, though.
That's what they sound like.
That's
too.
all you got to show for it.
I'm just saying. So
they sound like Doofy Doofy.
Fitzpatrick is always due for a Magic game.
Hey,
that's the
that's
one.
True. That's true.
That's the one. I'm taking Miami over Pittsburgh.
You know what? Okay. All you creative thinkers and geniuses out there, if Miami beats Pittsburgh, I need somebody to go on Adobe or whatever, Photoshop,
go
whatever
somewhere.
you use.
Photoshop, Illustrator.
Put a Steelers jersey on Mercury Morris with him holding a glass of wine. That's what I want to see.
Ooh. You trying to kill Mercury.
I want to see somebody put a Steelers jersey on Mercury Morris.
You trying to Merc. You can't do that. He wasn't like that.
Tell him, don't call me when you're in my city. Call me when you're on my block.
Mercury Morris has one purpose in life, and that's to go on ESPN whenever the last undefeated team loses.
He does that.
Boy, he was sweating that thing out with the Patriots.
Oh, yeah, you know he was,
he
man.
was sweating that thing out.
You know he was, man.
Before we go, because I got to do this. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say this is a null buddy or whatever, but I gotta talk about some things. I gotta talk about this Sam Darnold thing, man. And I need to hear y'all take. Did the NFL do him dirty?
They did, man.
Or what?
They should
It
have.
wasn't the NFL.
Okay, well, ESPN, because it wasn't yeah.
It wasn't ESPN.
What game was that?
So no, it's not.
You're gonna break it down.
It's not the networks. I'm gonna break it down for you. The Jets are at fault for that because the Jets have to sign undisclosed to allow their rookie to be mic'd. So the problem was him not being mic'd. The problem was it was live and wasn't tape delayed. So they allowed a live mic'd up without him being tape delayed. So if it was tape delayed, the Jets could have came back and said,
Don't run that.
don't run that.
Someone dropped the ball.
So the Jets organization dropped the ball, and that was horrible because now, I mean, if I'm Jacksonville, I just blitz the hell out of him all day, and then I disguise it,
dude,
and don't do it.
I've seen a lot of football at this point, and I have not seen as much as Jay. But when he said, I'm seeing ghosts, I've never seen a quarterback play so bad because they're seeing ghosts in the pockets. I mean, when he had an open receiver, it was 10 yards over their head. When he had to make a quick throw, he was throwing it in the dirt, man. This guy was really seeing ghosts in the pocket. It's almost like he was playing 22 on 11.
But that's what it, normally
That's
when quarterbacks
crazy.
are playing bad, that's what they're seeing.
They're seeing ghosts.
They're seeing things in
That's
the
not
pocket
real.
that's not real. So that's why I said
It happened.
Shane
man.
and the Jets are more at fault because it was against New England. So how
bad.
could you even allow that to
was
happen
bad,
against? Because you knew who you were up against. So if I'm in the front office, I'm saying, not this week. Not Sam Darnold. Put it on Le'Veon Bell.
So you saying just in case? So you saying should somebody have talked to Sam Darnold and said, "Hey man, if it gets too ugly, take the mic off."
Somebody should have did something. I mean, hopefully, because I don't know if they even ran another clip after that.
No, they didn't.
him.
It shouldn't have been tape. It should have been tape delayed. They should have made it.
Dude.
Everyone else does
But
tape
all
delayed.
broadcasts are tape delayed, though.
No, but they ran a live mic.
A live
so
mic.
every other team has
A delayed
mic. And for
Well,
one,
they say never run it live.
never run it live. So for the first time, the Jets say, "Oh no, you can run it live."
That was goofy. Like, man, it was so bad, man. Big ups to Gardner Minshew because, they asked Gardner Minshew about it. We've all been joking about it throughout the week. But we're playing the Jets this week. And they said, well, what do you think about the Sam Darnold seeing ghost thing? And he's like, man, that sucks, man. Like, that's not funny. Like, he was like, that's not funny. He said, they should have never put him out there like that. I don't wish that on any other quarterback because that's really a confidence killer, man. Not only were you legit seeing ghosts, but now the nation knows, oh, man, like what Jay just said, just blitz them. Like, man, this is just, at the root of it, this is this man's livelihood, his career that we're talking about, and we're all poking fun at it. I hate that they put him out there like that. However, I did love the soundbite. It was great. I thought it was funny. I did laugh. But it's not funny to put somebody out there under those circumstances, man. My other quick little lightning round topic, the NBA, man. What have you guys thought about it? Like, what quick takeaways do you have?
I got a quick takeaway. So
I got another little lightning round topic.
it was brought to my attention that Mr. Zion Williamson, who's out for knee surgery, his knee surgery will not be covered by insurance until 90 days to the first season. So he will owe $15,000 for a torn meniscus.
Yeah.
And not only that,
He got it.
not only that, but he'll be docked pay. His pay will be docked all the days that he's missed suiting up for the Pelicans.
They'll arrange it.
Yeah.
They'll work
fix
it out.
him up. That's the franchise right there. They ain't gonna make him do that. But
Andrew
it is
Wiggins.
interesting.
Andrew Wiggins.
This is personal, man.
And for the record, man, Zion has chubby knees. That's why it happened.
Well, they said he's what? Not knee. What is it when your knees go in?
Yeah, that's knock
Knock
knee.
knee,
He gotta come off that weight some too, man.
I knew he was knock knee that dude. I said that when
he be
busted
walking
his
down
shoe. Yeah.
with them arms going down looking like Frankenstein.
Y'all think he lost his value?
Nah.
No.
But I don't. That knee thing is a thing to think about for the future. What about Andrew Wiggins, man?
It's time for him to put up a shut up, man.
Put up, man. No, it's not, Melvin.
It
It's
is,
personal,
man.
man.
No,
That's
it's
personal,
time.
man.
It's time for him to put up a
You're-
shut up.
you're
You know,
putting your
he
personal
came,
feelings
He
of your
came out
team
there and pretty
on
much
this.
said that he wasn't the player he should have been because of other circumstances.
Man,
I
he
know,
trash,
I
man.
know he was talking about Jimmy Butler, but Andrew Wiggins, he will have 30 points, and you're just like, when did he score?
Rudy Gay.
It's personal, man.
No, man.
It is personal.
I say if he
Look,
doesn't,
man,
he doesn't put up this year, we got to trade him, man.
Man,
Trade
listen,
him somewhere,
man. When he was at Kansas, B did not say buyer beware.
Yeah, man. Because he had that Rudy Gay gene. He would be same thing that he does now. He did in Kansas. Sometimes it was almost like, well, damn, man. I mean, he's out there, but it's almost like he's not.
Trade him to Toronto, man, where he's from.
Yeah.
That's it.
Send him back to the 6 with his woe.
What did we get in return, though?
You can get whatever. Draft
What
picks.
is Toronto? Well, I
Van
guess
Vliet.
they ain't giving up Van Vliet. They'll give up Kyle Lowry before they give up Van Vliet.
Man, they won't.
Yes, they will.
They give
man.
up Van Vliet.
They'll give up Kyle Lowry.
Nah, man,
first.
They ain't
just
giving
signed
up.
Kyle
They ain't
Lowry.
giving up Siakam.
They're not.
That's who they're not giving up.
So, my takeaway
Good win though, Minnesota. Hey,
was the Clippers really that good, or
Yes.
were the Warriors that bad last
Clippers
night?
are that good.
So you think the Warriors are still good? They just got dealt with.
They scored 122 points. That's a win on most nights,
Oh,
man.
that's fair. And they scored that on a good defensive team.
Warriors got to get their chemistry down, man. They
They
got a
do,
lot
though,
of new
man.
pieces, man. And
I
they
understand
dropped,
they have a lot of new
And
pieces.
they dropped
but
120
My
But
man
points.
got to cut that video game hair off, man. Cut that off.
120
D'Angelo Russell, man. Cut that video game hair off.
points is a win on any other night.
Man, yeah, true. But I agree. They do have to get some chemistry in Dub City, but I think they can do it.
No, the biggest thing is this: Steve Kerr, you got to coach, brother. You got to earn that check now.
I think he'll earn it. Like, I think he can coach.
I'm not saying he can't coach, but I'm
yeah.
just saying, like, the way the team was the last 5 years
Oh, he earned
Didn't
it when
make-
he got there, though, because
didn't make coaching that hard.
Hey, what about my boy Kyrie, though? Kyrie showed up and showed out.
He
with
did
a
what?
loss.
Well, I mean, that's gonna happen. You have to look to 2020 with Kyrie
Okay, this
because he'll
is
have Durantula.
this is my take with the NBA, man.
Well, I don't even know if he's Durantula anymore.
I just want them to do away with the Eastern Conference, Western Conference stuff.
You just wanted to be 32
I just wanted to be just
and a tournament.
a tournament, man. I'm so sick and tired of seeing.
I agree.
I'm so sick and tired of seeing Boston steamroll the season, and then they get to the finals and
They get
the
thumped.
Eastern Finals, and they're not that good. But on opening night,
LeBron don't want that though, man.
on opening night,
He might not qualify.
Drummond went off. He had, 35 and 25 rebounds or something like that.
He better go off. He been doing an off season of rapping. He needs to be in the gym.
He's been rapping all off season.
Yeah, man, he been rapping.
Yeah, man, I'm sick and tired of the NBA.
Only thing he gonna be rapping is shrink wrapping his belongings. He gonna be moving out of town.
NBA is like when you're watching, it's like a Rick game.
Yeah,
Because-
we're just watching for kicks and jollies.
For kicks,
and
because
for cooler talk.
because you get another chance the next week. So
Yeah.
we need to do something to spice up this NBA,
Well,
like baseball did.
I'm glad you went to baseball because, man, oh man,
They
Will
spiced
this
up
be-
baseball.
would this be a hellified upset if the Nats can pull this World Series off? I mean, you have the Houston
But the-
Astros that was the darling of the season, and then you had the bottom feeder Nats going into the season, man. Everybody said, look, the Nationals playing ball because, hey, they got to do something up there.
They were in the playing game, wasn't they?
Yeah, the play-in game.
That's what I'm saying. They have spiced up baseball,
and then they knocked off the Braves.
and it's working.
Then they knocked
No,
off.
we knocked off the Braves.
Y'all knocked off the Braves.
They knocked off the Dodgers.
They knocked off the Dodgers.
Yeah,
And then they knocked y'all off.
They swept us, bro. They
That
pulled
was
out
no
that broom
problem.
and said, "Hey, it's time for y'all to go home."
And man, I mean, game one against the Astros, it was 2-2 forever. and then some runs came in. They hit a home run, and then
It was like a 7th inning. No, that was game 2 was 7th inning. They just went off.
Man, 7th inning, game 2, yeah, they exploded. Game 1, they got a pretty good, convincing win, but game 2, man, they exploded. It was so major that they was like, look, the Astros had a meeting. Like, they had a meeting. They had a come to Jesus moment. Like, man, oh, man, will this be a huge upset, bro?
You know what?
Huge.
I know he doesn't get an all buddy, but I can just see Bryce Harper pulling out a Happy Gilmore and just spaz out. Like, why can't you win the game?
Well,
send the Nats home.
When we went to the Nationals and the Giants game up there, we had a long debate, a long conversation about the importance of Bryce Harper. And they should let Bryce Harper go. Remember we said that?
We came to the conclusion
and work on that and get their pitching together because they had enough bats in that.
It was a fair amount.
In that room.
You know? And I just didn't see it turning around as quickly, but it is baseball. But if there's any underlying story to this Houston Astros, Washington Nationals series, there's a guy that owns a mattress store in Houston, and he does a deal where it's like, look, if you come in, buy a mattress from me during the playoffs, if the Astros are in it, if they win the World Series, your mattress is free. This guy's in debt, guys. He's in debt up to his children's necks. He is in debt because now they say this guy has gone around and placed bets to offset that money. Like, it's so bad that the insurance company won't even cover him no more because they're like, look, man, you too wild with your money. We can't cover what you're going to lose. No insurance. So this guy has placed bets all around, really, the nation. And he put a lot of it on Houston because he was like, look, if Houston win, I can indirectly get my money back from what I'm going to. It won't be as much damage. Man, if they don't pull this series out,
I think Houston's going to win.
the mattress man can say bye-bye, and he'll be bagging groceries. He won't be like your long snapper in San Francisco.
See, my thing with Houston is that ballpark they play in is a luncheon pad, man.
Well, now they're in Washington.
That's why I say that it's going to turn. Now, Houston, if you're listening to me, do not throw Verlander anymore unless he's coming out the bullpen.
Well, the Stros are up 1-0 right now, and it's the end of the second, so they're headed to the third.
Give it about the 5th, 6th, 7th inning.
And we're going to see another Nats win.
Man, I don't know what it is about the middle
Soto
portion of those innings, man. So, and you know what? Soto was, I think they were talking about him like Bryce Harper going to the Phillies gave a player like Soto the opportunity to shine, and like, man, is he shining?
He was playing ball before,
man,
and that is his team.
He's booming,
but he's locked in what we would call in baseball. He's not swinging no bad pitches. He's playing the percentage, and he's just putting the ball in play. He's locked in right now. He's been locked in for the last 2 months for the Nationals. And they went on a complete tear because these guys were 30 and 45 right for the All-Star break.
Yeah, they
dead in the
they've
water.
been rolling, man.
So they're hot, man.
Well, the Nats are definitely hot, but I don't know if they're hotter than the role player layer right now because we're cooking. It's been an excellent episode. You guys are awesome. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and even home of the role players, Spreaker. We're on a lot of other platforms too, but you can't forget to hit the play button. And when you hit the play button, why not go play with a friend, to tell a friend about the role players being on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Shoot us a message. Spread us around. We're like peanut butter and jelly, man. It just works. So go ahead and make a sandwich and get us out there. Get us out there and share us with a friend. We can't do it without you guys, and you guys are awesome. Like I say always, you guys are the all-stars, and we're just the role players of your sports life. So, in the words of great baseball, play ball.